So I just got an emergency call about a raccoon who's got his head, I guess, stuck between two bars or stuck in a pipe, something like that. It's at one of the golf courses I manage wildlife at. So they gave me a call and we're rushing out there to quickly get to the raccoon. You know, I'm sure he's stressing out and he could possibly hurt himself. So I'm trying to get there as quick as I can and help the little fella. I don't know what he was trying to do. Oh Lord, he is getting further in there, isn't he? When I got on the scene and got a hold of the raccoon, pulled him out of the drain, I could tell he was exhausted.
Oh, he was pretty much drowning.
He's not well. Alright. There he is. Appreciate the assistance there.
No problem.
Yeah, you can just leave him there. Alright. Yeah, he wasn't well. He was trying to get himself some water, but he's not right in the head to do that. You can see he's exhausted too. Yeah, he was halfway drowning, wasn't he? Makes me worry. So I didn't want to let that affect my judgment on if he was sick or not. So I got him back to my house, got him set up with some food, some water, let him relax, kind of quarantined a little bit. Still breathing, still alive, hasn't really moved. And, you know, he's like real relaxed, barely breathing. So I don't know how he's going to do. We'll see. Ain't looking real good. Could just be totally exhausted and, you know, just kind of resting up. I'll check on him when I get back home and see how he's doing tomorrow morning. Make my decision whether I need to, you know, put him down or get him some help or release him if he's all right. So we'll see. After a day or two, I could tell he was definitely sick. So again, I put him down and he came back positive for rabies. The first raccoon actually bit me through my glove. That's what kind of started this whole thing for the area. When that first damn raccoon bit me, I was, you know, oh Lord, here we go again. The first go round was $22,000. I was wondering what these booster shots are gonna cost.
All kinds of animals, huh?
All kinds of animals, yes ma'am. Oh yeah. Little pinch. Thankfully, you know, they weren't quite that expensive. They were $1,000, which for me is a lot of money. So for me to spend $1,000 on something like that, it has to be pretty serious. And rabies is very serious. It's nothing to mess around with. This raccoon was definitely acting a little exhausted, a little funny. It was out in the middle of the tennis court, middle of day, was spooking some people playing tennis. As I got closer and I approached it, you know, it wasn't cornered. It was right in the open. 20 feet away, this thing charged me to attack me. I was able to quickly slip my noose around its neck, my catch pole, tighten it down, and kind of restrain him. From there, I have my wildlife gloves, and I grab him to stuff him in a carrier I have, and he bites my gloves, and one of his canines breaks through my glove, breaks skin, and pierces into me, which I've already had my rabies shots. I had to get booster shots. Got those done, and because of that, it did test positive for rabies, and you know, I was bitten and everything like that. I kind of suspected we were going to have a little bit of a problem in there because I did see how many raccoons were in that area, so I'm working hard to stay on top of it. And I have everyone in the community, you know, understanding, and as soon as they see one of these sick raccoons, they call me, and I head there right away to kind of resolve the problem. Just got a call, and we have another raccoon situation. This raccoon's acting funny like the other ones, but it's all beat up and banged up. Its face is all, it looks like almost burnt. It's limping and just like exhausted and really bad shape. but from what it sounds like, and knowing the golf course, I've already pulled 2 sick raccoons off of there, being rabid. I'm pretty sure that this thing's on its last leg, and I'm gonna just be doing it a favor by putting it down. The third raccoon was actually on someone's like back porch. Basically, there's some little condos in the area, and this thing was just kind of in the hedges by their back door.
The bush line, him digging. He's been digging all the way down. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So they called me. I came onto the scene, and I just kind of calmly slipped my catch pole noose around its head, tightened it down. When I did that, he freaked out, which is understandable. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it. Grab my glove real quick. But you know, it showed that he wasn't exhausted. He had a lot of fight in him, but he was just not right mentally. Well, I got him. Security was nice enough to kind of hang out and make sure he didn't go nowhere. He definitely don't look right. After speaking with them, they sat there and they watched him kind of scratch his eye a little bit and kind of open it back up. I think his eye got like that just from him scratching, self-inflicted. Most likely he is rabid. He went absolutely nuts when I put that noose around him, understandably, but he wasn't exhausted. He fought like crazy, so he's definitely sick and not right in the head for him to be hanging out with security like that. I'm gonna get him back to the ranch, and I'm gonna most likely euthanize him and have the state pick him up tomorrow. Even if not rabid, which he was, the quality of life at that point is so low that it's almost cruel to not put them out of their misery. And it's also, it could become a risk to other animals in the area or wherever I would be to relocate him. It wouldn't be responsible. All right, me and Moose just left the ranch and we're hauling ass to the east. I got another emergency raccoon call. Same neighborhood. I've been dealing with all these raccoons, and pretty sure I'm dealing with an outbreak there. It's just getting crazy. We're getting a couple calls a week now, and they're all sick. So I'm heading there to quickly grab it before it is able to hurt somebody or itself, and see what's going on with it. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to euthanize this thing. They're just all sick in this area, and I don't want to spread it to anywhere else. So if I feel this raccoon is in fact ill, I'll be taking it back to the ranch to euthanize it. The most recent raccoon was actually kind of up on the side of the road in the community. Basically what their sidewalk is, it's grass, but it's their only sidewalk. And he was just laid up, you know, kind of acting exhausted and sick. I felt it would be best for me to actually grab him by hand. I felt the noose would be unneeded stress and damage to him. All right. Yeah, he ain't doing so good. Yeah, right? Alright, Bubba. I removed him from the community as well, and he was euthanized as well, just because, you know, it's really the only thing you can do at that point for him, unfortunately. Luckily, no one's been hurt, nothing like that. No one's pet has been hurt, but that's because I'm on top of it. As soon as I get any wind of anything, I'm over there. And I'm usually in that community as it is a couple times a week. So I got my eye out. I'm on top of any suspicious activity. And I've removed, I think, about 4 or 5 sick raccoons from that community, that whole area. And 2 have tested positive. The other ones I wasn't able to get tested because of this whole corona thing going on right now. It has to be an attack or a bite for them to even consider testing it, which, you know, I don't want that to happen. I'm glad it hasn't happened. So I had to use my expertise basically to diagnose it, and I'm usually pretty good. I've never had a raccoon tested that didn't come back positive for rabies, just because I take that decision to put the animal down and have it tested very seriously. So in my opinion, all of these animals have been rabid, which is scary. You know what I mean? It's a serious situation, and that's why I'm paying so close attention to it.